Now, our next guest to talk this through with us is joining us from Moscow, is the director of GSM Research Center, Dr. Asif Melhem. Thank you very much for being here with us on Q News. So do you see the possibility of them reaching a final agreement anytime soon?
Good evening to you and to everyone who's watching. Yeah, of course, if we want to talk here from the field, the Ukrainian army is suffering actually, and so any delay in reaching an agreement between Russia and Ukraine, this actually could lead the country, could lead Ukraine to full-on chaos, especially now after all of these stories about corruption in Ukraine, about the officials in Ukraine, and so Armak leaving the position now. This shows that President Zelensky could actually lose control of the country. What does this mean? This actually means that Ukraine could, as I said, go into full-on chaos because there are conflicts between the officials in Ukraine and also in the field officials here when it comes to the conflict with Russia, and the US, Russia and Europe know this, and so this is why everyone is looking to get the least number possible of losses here. And so yes, we need they need to support the Ukrainian army, because if this doesn't happen, the Ukrainian army is going to fall completely. As you know, in 2022, Russia actually was ready to reach some kind of agreement, but after things have escalated, they've taken even more land, and so things are really complicated here. But in my opinion, everyone is negotiating and trying to put their conditions, USA, Europe and Russia, and everyone is trying to impose their conditions on the other side. But things are actually in Russia's court. The ball is in their court, and if this isn't resolved, we could have more chaos. And the President Donald Trump's plan here is actually it favors Russia. But as I said, if the amendments that they have proposed, if they aren't in the favor or don't comply with Russia's requests, they will not accept. And so this is not a final agreement yet.
Yeah, we have Rubio and Witkoff and Kushner, the American delegation, with Umarov and the Ukrainian delegation meeting in Miami. What do you think is going on in those meeting rooms right now? And ultimately, will Trump be able to pressure Zelensky to agree to the deal?
Actually, sending call to Ukraine and starting to expose the corruption cases, this means, or this shows that the USA is trying to pressure Ukraine, because the US is facing two options now. They get in the conflict directly, because any new arms given to Ukraine will be with a US green light, like the Tomahawk missiles. And so this means that Russia and the USA will come face to face, and so maybe the USA will try to prevent that. And so yes, they may put some pressure on Zelensky to accept any kind of peace, basically. And on the other hand, the USA and President Trump, he is trying to, he really cares about the country's economy. He is trying to broaden investments, especially with the economic situation in the USA. They have a large debt now, and so I think that there will be pressure put on Zelensky, and maybe Russia will be a bit lenient here, but I don't think that they will go all out with the leniency. They won't go as far as to compromise or to give up their conditions. And so yes, they have talked and said that they are ready to reach a ceasefire, but Ukraine needs to leave Zelensky. And so yes, Zelensky will be facing pressure, of course, but the Europeans will try to amend these pressures so as for Ukraine to look as they have failed and lost, because this also will put the Europeans in a new position, saying that they have supported this conflict from the very start. If you knew things are gonna turn out this way, then why did you support it from the start? So things, as I said, are very complicated. But in my opinion, I think that we will not reach a sustainable and full-on peace, because for a sustainable peace, we need the NATO, European Union, and Russia to agree on all levels.
Well, it sounds like there's already been some of those conditions that you mentioned, Russian conditions, that have gone already. There was a 28-point plan, and now it seems like it's come down to a 19-point plan, or maybe a 22-point plan. What is your expectation regarding when Putin sees what terms they've come to in the United States with Ukraine? What do you think Putin's reaction is going to be to the American proposal?
When it comes to Trump's plan, when it comes to Trump's plan, Russia has actually said that they didn't refuse or accept them. They said that they are a good foundation to start negotiations, but we need to look thoroughly or to investigate this plan thoroughly for years. And so it's we're just postponing the war and not just ending the conflict once and for all. We know that the NATO will be taking some decisions, the European Union as well, and so we need an agreement to prevent any aggressions from Russia, EU, and Ukraine. Some countries in the EU are actually they're looking forward for a war, and so also we need to see the possibility of getting Ukraine into NATO, and then also lifting the sanctions gradually.
Okay, well, we should see what happens over the coming days and weeks. Dr. Asif Melhem, thank you very much, Director of the GSM Research Center, joining us from Moscow. Thank you so much for joining us.